Look, man, no matter where you're at in life, you're always going to want the things that you don't have. And that's until you use a simple solution to fix a problem at whole. And that is separating your wants from your needs. Let me say that again, separating your wants from your needs. And when I mention wants, I'm talking about these type of desires that almost society plants into your brain that you don't really want. You don't really need. You just go with the flow because everyone else is doing it. You see someone buy this, you're like, oh man, I need that too. You see it all over social media, you're like, hey man, like I'm missing out. Like, should I go and get that too? You see this all the time, especially when these new iPhones come out. Do you really need the new iPhone? Is your iPhone really that outdated? Does it really not work that well? Does this new one really have the most advanced features that you've ever seen? No, it just becomes a hype, and this whole notion of having the newest, latest devices, electronics, cars, clothes, etc., gets pushed on by people to the point where they just kind of just turn off their brain. No logic involved. It's all emotion. It's all, what does this person have? What does that person have? What is this person telling me to get? What is the newest, latest thing? And they're always jumping from another thing to another thing to another thing. That's why they're always going to want the things that they don't have. Because they don't know, they don't have the ability to kind of pinpoint the things that they need. And when I say need, I'm not talking about strictly just survival needs of food, water, oxygen, shelter, and all that stuff, but the needs of the type of things that you need to live out the life that you want, live out the life that you envision for yourself, not what society's telling you, not what the brand marketers are telling you, that you need a new iPhone to have a good life, you need this new car to have a good life, you need the biggest house to have a good life. All that stuff is cool if that's something that you really envision as a part of your goals, your aspirations, your purpose in life. So I can't tell you what that is, but when you start pinpointing the needs of what can actually amplify and enhance your life on that journey, on that path of become the best version of yourself, you'll start to realize that a lot of these things that society and everything pushes on us is simply a plot and a ploy to just take some dough out of you. You don't really need these things. You don't really want these things even. Like, it's just a read and react type of ordeal going on. You read online, oh, this is the best latest thing. I'm gonna react and go buy it. I see my friend have it, I'm gonna go react and buy it. And this goes on, not even to materialistic purchasable items. It's like ideologies, it's ways of thinking, ways about going on life, and all these different identities out there, the different personas, characters. You just follow what they do because you think that what they have is what you want and it'll complete your life. And at the end of the day, if you ever do get to that point where you get those things, you're gonna be still feeling empty. Why? Because it's not coming from within. All these external things are kind of like, it's like trying to fill up a water bottle that has a hole in it. You can fill up all this water, but that hole is just gonna always let that water flow out. You're never gonna be full. You're always gonna feel empty, and you're never gonna know why, and you're always gonna be looking for the next best thing, the next best water to pour in. You're still gonna feel empty. Why? Because you never figured out what are the things that you need to plug up that hole, to actually embrace the gifts, the talents, the purpose, the path of life that you've been laid out to go and pursue, and take those things into account, those items, that personality, those identity traits, those ideologies that you follow, to actually use it to your advantage, not being abused by it, by other people, by society, by this, by that. So this takes a lot of self-awareness. It takes a lot of ability to understand that, hey, bro, I'm low key just a sheep following the herd at times. Me too. I'm not saying I got it all figured out. I just been noticing this more recently throughout my life. It's easy to get caught up in waves. It's easy to get caught up in wanting a new thing, being a part of the new thing, not being have the feeling of FOMO, fear of missing out. You want to be part of it, but is that something that you really want? Is it something that you really need to do, or are you just doing it because society tells you, the world tells you that this is what you should want? Things go into careers. Like, do you really want this career, or is it what everybody else wants from you? And it's kind of just in your brain since birth to go and do this. I want to be this. Do you really? These are things that you have to wrestle with in your mind, and then when you come to the realization of it, sometimes you're going to be coming to the fact that I'm living a life that's completely just against what I really need to become the best version of myself. And how do you find those needs? Well, yes, it comes from figuring out your purpose, and that takes, it's like an ongoing path. You're never gonna figure out, okay, this is my exact purpose. There's like stepping stones to your purpose. You do this till you get to this point, then you switch it up to get to the next point. Things shift, and they move. They go up and down, left and right, back and forth. You got to be able to understand that your purpose is not concrete to the point. There's like some ideals, some morals, some values, some overall vision that you have in mind to pursue towards, but it's gonna shift. But even with that said, you're gonna notice there's certain things that you might need. You don't really need other things than the general survival stuff, but those other things that you need to pursue this path, you're gonna know deep down. They're gonna be like non-negotiables. I need to do X, Y, Z to get to A, B, C. I need to do 1, 2, 3 to get to 4, 5, 6. Like, you will know them deep down. It's not gonna be like to the point where you're kind of procrastinating. Should I do that? Should I do this? You just know deep down that I gotta do this. And you'll know deep down too that of the things that are not gonna help you get there. Will buying this new thing help me get to my goals? No. So why am I doing it? Because everybody else is doing it? Don't make sense logically when you take a step back and think about it. And man, it's especially with I would say short form content now, TikToks, YouTube Shorts, whatever the hell else there, Instagram Reels. It's just being pushed out about what, especially to young guys, what they should want in life. The fastest cars, the biggest house, the 20 girlfriends, this and that. Like, that's something that you really, really like think you need to be able to live that life, bro. Like, by all means, I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just giving you some game that you can maybe step back and understand this whole concept and like things going on around you that you might not really realize till watching this video. But young guys are like getting to the point where they are just picking up the habits, the ideals, the wants of other people that they don't need to be plugging into their lives, because that is not needed for their path. That is not needed to fulfill their own purpose. They're just doing it because everybody else is doing it. And when they do it, when it's like a mob mentality, it's like, that's all you know. You don't really recognize the other side to the coin. So if that's you, because it can be me at times, it most likely is you at times, I want you to maybe write down the type of vision you have, maybe for 5 years, 3 years. Nothing too crazy, not like 20 years down the line. So many things are going to change. 3 to 5 years. What do you envision yourself in 3 to 5 years? What do you want? almost in a sense, to have within those 3 to 5 years. What kind of life you want to be living? And then write down on the other side of the piece of paper or other page the needs to help you get there. What do you really need? And the needs should be a short list, bro. Short list. A simple short list of the things that you need to get to that point. Because quote unquote achieving success in most cases, in most terms, from a lot of different walks of life, is simple but not easy. A lot of things in this world that give out the biggest results are simple but not easy. And when you take that into account, the things that you need on that path are going to shorten down and simplify to a very compact list. And once you got that compact list, you got to stick to it, bro. You got to not sway and just go around with the flow of other people, with the flow of the herd, of just following whatever they're doing. Just going with the flow of whatever they're doing. Not thinking, not using your own logical brain of, do I really need this? Will this help me get to the point that I'm trying to get to? If not, then what's the point? I'm just out here dicking around. Yes, there's things called having fun, but even when you're having fun, quote unquote having fun, with the type of things that society tells you to do, you're just doing it to just do it. Most people don't really think that's that fun. They just see everybody else doing it, so they just gotta hop into action. If everybody's drinking, going to the clubs, doing this, doing that, you don't even like drinking, you don't even like staying out late, you don't even want to be doing any of that. Like, you like going on hikes, you like traveling to places with more nature, not as much as party life, nightlife, stuff like that. That's what you innately desire, and they could honestly be looked at as needs to help you further expand your perspective, further expand your consciousness, to further enjoy life to what kind of resonates with you internally. Calm down, though. She's just chewing on some wood right now. Hey. Chill. So, when it comes to even having fun and these type of things like that, like, you got to understand what are the things that you want, what are the things that you need, what are the things that you actually just want to partake in life. Because if you don't, other people are going to choose for you. And when other people choose for you, you're going to lose your own identity. You're going to lose the part of you that makes you who you are, makes you unique, makes you just a complete different entity that is still connected to everything, yes, but it separates you from the pack. That's a good thing to have. You don't want to be just all bunched up in one group doing one specific thing, one specific way of thought, one specific consumeristic type of appeal to whatever's hot, whatever's the radio's telling me to do, whatever the TV's telling me to get. You don't want to be doing that. You want to embrace what God's given you with your innate talents, gifts, personality traits, etc. So keep this in mind, man. This video is giving you more of the perspective of wants versus needs. Because if you continue to live this life of just following your wants, not even your wants, just the wants that you have implanted into your head, you're never going to feel satisfied. You're never going to find yourself. You're never going to find your purpose, because you're always going to be chasing for the next best thing. And when you keep chasing for the next best thing, you can never feel a sense of fulfillment in life. You're always going to feel empty. You're always going to feel void. You're always going to feel like you're missing out. And that just keeps going on for the rest of your life. And that's not a type of cycle that you want to be in. You want to know who you are. You want to know what you're working towards. You want to know what you need to work towards those those aspirations, and you want to know that at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, that you are doing the things that you think that you need to get to that point. It might not work all at once. It might not be overnight. It might not be in 1 year. It might not be in 3 years. But you're doing the things that you said that you need deep down to get to that point. And that makes you feel a lot better about life. It makes you feel a lot better about yourself. And it makes you feel a lot more in tune with the whole world as a whole, your highest self, your best version, and all that stuff, man. So keep that in mind, bro, because see, we got some applause going on, all right? Talking that game to y'all. So keep that in mind, bro, because life is truly a confusing game that we can get lost up in sometimes. So stick to your codes, man. Stick to your morals, stick to your values, stick to the path and purpose that you want to pursue. Separate your wants from your needs, because it's been your boy out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these gains. And I'm out of here. Peace.